Hey, if you enjoy what I'm doing, drop a like, sub, comment, bell, all the good YouTube stuff, and let's get into the video.
All right, so today we are talking about Nitocris. She is definitely, especially if your account is newer, she is definitely one of the servants you want to have leveled, more specifically her first and second skill. If you're not able to do 3-turn farming, she is literally going to let you do 3-turn farming on assassins. Like, no joke. You do not need double Castoria on her at all. The only thing you need for her is damage. Reason being, if you use a super scope and your second skill is at least, I believe level 8, you're literally doing 2 waves. Like, because she goes, there is no 0 to 100 for her that she needs. She starts at 100, gets right back to 100, and then your last supports are brute forcing the MP gain. Or you could use double Castoria, and then your damage is better, and then you have more options. So that if loops don't go well, you can just supplement with popping Castoria's buffs when you need it, and then maybe save that big battery for the end. All really depends on you and how strong you think your account is. But considering all you would need is just one other 50% charged servant, or sorry, one servant that can give 50%, which if you're on JP, you should have waiver. That should have been one of the character you picked with your ticket. If not, them's the breaks. But she is very good for what she does. I first realized how good she was. I believe it was the Benny Emma run on NA, and like she just made clearing one of the assassin node super easy for me. So let's get started. And by the way, I think she's better than this Nitocris by a very large margin. Even though she has the same flaw, it kinda doesn't matter with her because of her big battery. Also, she gets a costume. Okay, also, how funny is it that the idol event is one of the events Liz doesn't get a costume? Oh my god, how dirty is that? Nitocris got an idol costume, but not Liz. Oh my god. Alright, base attack. This is, I believe, a little below average for 4 stars, and she's a caster, so it's even worse because of class modifier. I believe this is like 0.8 or 0.9. So she just does a little bit below average from what another servant, say like a night class. I believe they're all like above 1 star. HP doesn't really matter, but she does have something in her kit for survivability. Star weight, star gen, these are caster numbers. We really don't care about it with Nitocris. She's like 3-turn farming, and that is her niche, and she can do it like very well. The only thing, again, you might be lacking is damage, depending on your setup. And her kit, oh my god, look at these hits. 4 hits on the quick, 3 hits on the 3 arts, 5 hit extra attack, 3 hit on the buster, and a 0.54 MP gain. Like, this is good. Her like up hit count looks good. MP gain for like her deck or her hit count looks good. It's very important that they didn't mess it up if you want to like use her in a normal double Castoria setup. But I do think starting with super scope is more important than trying to go 0 to 100, because you will run into the problems that Summer Nitocris has. So first skill, not that good. Like before you would probably never use this buff if you were going to use her in the way for farming, because insta-kill success rate up 100% for 3 turns. I'm pretty sure she insta-kills before damage, so that means no refund. Not great. They did make it better. So instead of a 3k heal to herself on a 5-turn, it's AoE and adds an arch buff, 20%. So she has better damage. She is not that heavily reliant on the insta-kill. It's still there, but it's better. If you want to use her with cast ready, you might not need to go full 0 to 100. Second skill, like I said, this is her big battery, 120%. And if you level it to level 8, you have a 100% battery and you don't need to go any further. You don't need this maxed out. Doesn't matter, this is an 8-turn. The fight's going to be over long before it comes back, or at least it should. And then this third skill, this is 100% the weakest thing in her entire kit, and it's a good skill. Like this is a really good guts. 1 turn, 3 turns. Debuff cleanse on a 5-turn cooldown. Okay, so I'm bringing up Tyra. She's coming up. She's going to be one of the next servants I review. She has one of the best guts in the game because it comes back so quickly and it's on such a short cooldown, along with all the other stuff. But yeah, Nitocris isn't stacking guts like Tyra, but the cooldown is not that far off. Like, most guts are at least 7 turns, so it's rare to get it this low. So if you need to bring her to a challenge quest where her insta-kill actually would matter for trash mobs, that's where you want to bring it. Passive skill, she always has a 10% arts, which is why this is 20. She has when the skill is up, she has a 30% arts buff, debuff success rate 9%, and then divinity for tickle. So this depends on how you are going to run Nitocris. If you are going to run her with like normal arts farming stuff, like a 50% CE, or just try 0 to 100. Again, I don't recommend it, but you can get the mana loading, and this is the plus. This would be a plus for it, but it kind of screws up the super scope stuff. If you do invest in this, it means you don't have to invest as high in this. So just unlocking the append means you only have to go to level 6. If you want to get the append maxed out, you only have to go to level 5. I think 6 is fair. Like, because she needs a lot of bones. Like, a lot. So expensive to level. She already takes up a lot of chains. Yeah. So mana loading to have a little more options, but you probably should, like, maybe go for something else. I don't know. Yeah, she is kind of weird because she's not going to be doing brave chains unless she's not doing enough damage to kill or insta kill them. Yeah, it really is pick whatever you want. So this is our MP. Insta kill first. This is the problem. They buffed it. They did make this better for a boss fight. This is saying you're supposed to bring her to a boss fight with trash mobs. People don't. They use her for farming. So better damage, reduced crit attack chance 20%, and the insta kill is still there. Her bond CE, not bad. Not bad considering, like, some people do 0 to 100 and then just Castoria farm. MP gen and MP damage while she's on the field. Like, that's, if you're not using another like support CE, like, this is something you could put on her and she'll do well. Like, you wouldn't necessarily need Black Row, it would help her damage and her refund if you are not banking on insta-kill. You should not summon specifically for Nitocris. You will get spooked by her, but more copies always help. We can look at her farming chart. AoE. Nitocris. Yeah, she doesn't do that great damage. Here is what Da Vinci does, or around what MP1 Da Vinci does. So, like, similar to Ryder Mordred, how she just doesn't do enough damage sometimes. But unlike Ryder Mordred, she has big chunky battery. So as long as you kill, you're able to get back. I don't know if she's on this farming chart. No. She is able to do 3-turn farming. It's just like something you can't calculate. You can't bank on it. And I don't assume her damage would be like that good. So, Nitocris is pretty cool. If you have her, level her up. You probably shouldn't summon for her on the Nemo banner, though. That is 100% bait. Don't summon for when the 2 servants being on raid up are permanent. Alright. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.